Long, slithery, and often venomous, snakes aren't exactly everyone's idea of a cuddle buddy. But don't worry, we're not here to show you the ones lurking in your garden or toilet. Instead, we're diving into something far less common but equally terrifying, snakes you're unlikely to ever encounter in real life. These are the rarest snakes in the world. Number 15. San Francisco garter snake. The San Francisco garter snake is a stunning, multicolored species found primarily around San Mateo County, California. Though a subspecies of the common garter snake, spotting one in the wild is a rare event. Endangered since 1967, only about 2,000 remain today. These snakes can grow up to 55 inches long, with blue-green dorsal scales and striking black, red, orange, and blue stripes along their bodies. Unusually, their red heads are not much wider than their necks, and they have large eyes, which give them excellent vision for daytime hunting. They primarily feed on aquatic creatures like frogs, bullfrogs, and newts, living near ponds and stagnant water, where they bask in the sun and hide in burrows. With their numbers continuing to decline, it's illegal to capture or harm them. Urban development threatens their habitat, raising concerns about their survival. Number 14. Wagner's viper. The critically endangered Wagner's viper is native to eastern Turkey and parts of northwestern Iran. Named after the explorer Moritz Wagner, who captured the first specimen in 1846, this snake has gained a near-legendary status in the region due to its rarity. They live in mountainous areas at altitudes between 5,200 to 6,200 feet, usually sticking to dense undergrowth. Although venomous, Wagner's viper poses little danger to humans, using its toxins to subdue small mammals and birds, which it then consumes at leisure. These vipers grow up to 37 inches long and are typically grayish-brown with lighter blotches along their bodies. Their heads often feature a distinctive V pattern, along with a stripe that runs from the corners of their eyes to their mouths. The main threats to this species include illegal capture for the exotic pet trade and habitat destruction caused by dam construction in the region. Conservation efforts are underway, including breeding programs in zoos, such as the St. Louis Zoo, where 9 Wagner's vipers were born in 2013. Number 13. Rainbow snake. As their name suggests, rainbow snakes are among the most vibrantly colored serpents you'll ever encounter. Unfortunately, due to habitat loss and historical overcapture, seeing one in the wild is rare. Their colors are almost surreal, with blue and black scales on their backs, 3 red stripes, and the potential for yellow scales. No two rainbow snakes have identical color patterns, though those that are closely related tend to display more similar designs. Native to the southeastern U.S., rainbow snakes once had 2 subspecies, but one has already been declared extinct. These snakes can grow up to 48 inches long and spend most of their lives in water, seeking shelter in vegetation. Even if one is nearby, spotting them is difficult due to their ability to camouflage with their surroundings. They can also burrow into sand or mud for added concealment. Their diet consists of eels, frogs, salamanders, and tadpoles, which they capture and swallow alive, typically head first. Rainbow snakes are non-venomous and unusually calm when handled, a characteristic that has led to many being captured for display. Number 12. White cobra. Snakes are usually colored to blend in with their environment, but 2 conditions can strip them of pigmentation: albinism and leucism. These genetic conditions can affect any snake species, though they are incredibly rare. Without their natural camouflage, albino and leucistic snakes are far more vulnerable to predators. White cobras, in particular, are striking to behold. Despite their color, they share all the characteristics of regular cobras, complete with their iconic hood and potent venom. However, white cobras seldom survive beyond their second day after hatching, as their lack of camouflage makes survival in the wild extremely difficult. The gene responsible for this condition is recessive, meaning even normal-colored parents can produce albino offspring, though not all eggs will carry the mutation. There are no known instances of 2 white snakes mating in the wild, but if it were to happen, all their offspring would be white. Due to their rarity and unique appearance, albino and leucistic snakes are highly sought after in the pet trade and can fetch significantly higher prices than their normally colored counterparts. Number 11. Double-headed snakes. Two heads might seem better than one, but when it comes to snakes, that's not always the case. Polycephaly, the condition that causes multiple heads, is more common in snakes than most other animals. This anomaly occurs during the development of the embryo and is similar to the process that results in conjoined twins. In some cases, only one head is functional, while the other is simply dead weight. In others, both heads are fully viable, each having its own brain, throat, and stomach. Despite this, they often struggle to survive due to the constant disagreement between the two heads on where to go. Most double-headed snakes die at a young age, but their rarity makes them highly valuable to collectors. In 2000, one was listed for sale at $150,000. A zoo in southern Ukraine recently exhibited a two-headed king snake. According to officials, both heads think and react independently, often fighting over the same piece of food. To prevent conflict, zookeepers place a barrier between the two heads during feeding to avoid one head trying to consume the other when particularly hungry. Before we continue, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Now, it's time for the prime topic. We've chosen this intriguing photo because it might be the only snake in this video that we can't confirm exists for sure, but the myths around it are compelling. Could a three-headed snake actually exist? While two-headed snakes are rare but real, about 1 in 100,000 snakes have two heads. Legends of three-headed snakes have surfaced, usually involving cobras. Some photos, like the one on screen, claim to show these creatures, though many are quickly debunked as fake. But with two-headed snakes being real, could three-headed cobras be possible too? The man who took this photo stands by its authenticity and has been defending his claim fiercely. What do you think? Is this a genuine three-headed cobra, or is it a clever fake? Comment below and let me know what you think. Number 10. Golden Lancehead Viper. The golden lancehead viper is often regarded as one of the most venomous and deadly snakes in the world. Fortunately, they only live on a small island off the coast of Sao Paulo, Brazil, so human encounters are rare. The island separated from the mainland thousands of years ago, allowing this species to evolve independently from its mainland relatives. With limited food sources, the island serves as a resting spot for flocks of birds, which has driven the snake's venom to become exceptionally potent. The venom acts quickly, ensuring the prey dies before it can fly away. Local birds have learned to avoid the snakes, making their hunting even more challenging. Growing up to 48 inches long, it's estimated that several thousand golden lanceheads inhabit the 43-acre Snake Island. However, few studies have been conducted due to the island's dangerous inhabitants. The Brazilian Navy has even restricted access to prevent people from visiting. Their venom contains hemotoxins that dissolve flesh to help them consume their prey, and it can cause nausea, kidney failure, brain hemorrhaging, and eventually death if untreated. This is one species where encountering it in the wild is anything but fortunate. Number 9. Saharan Horned Viper. The Saharan horned viper, native to the deserts of Africa and the Middle East, is a venomous species known for its horn-like structures that protrude above its eyes. However, some specimens lack these horns, for reasons that remain unclear. Growing up to 33 inches long, they are typically yellow, gray, red, or brown, blending perfectly into the desert sands. As a pit viper, the Saharan horned viper has potent venom that can cause swelling, necrosis, and in rare cases, death. They are usually found near oases, preferring smooth sand or soil. They ambush their prey, usually birds or rodents, by hiding under rocky outcrops and striking swiftly. Once bitten, the prey is incapacitated by the venom, allowing the snake to consume it at its leisure. Due to their remote desert habitats, it's difficult to determine how many remain in the wild, but they are nearing extinction in human-populated areas due to hunting and habitat changes. Number 8. Antiguan Racers. Native to the Caribbean islands of Antigua and Barbuda, Antiguan racers were once a thriving species. However, after settlers introduced predators such as mongooses and rats in the 19th century, their population plummeted. By 1995, only about 50 individuals were believed to remain in the wild, making them one of the rarest snake species in the world. Thanks to concerted conservation efforts, their numbers have begun to rebound. Antiguan racers grow to around 3 feet in length and come in various colors, including white, red, brown, and black in different shades. These gentle snakes pose no threat to humans and primarily feed on lizards at night. Their coloration allows them to blend in with fallen leaves, so they typically hide in the undergrowth until an unsuspecting mule walks by. Conservationists have reintroduced the species to smaller Antiguan islands, once part of their natural range, after successfully removing invasive predators. The most recent surveys estimate the population at around 1,100, marking a positive step toward recovery. While far from fully restored, this demonstrates the success of well-coordinated conservation programs. Number 7. Malagasy leaf-nosed snake. One of the most distinctive-looking snakes in the world, the Malagasy leaf-nosed snake is endemic to the forests of Madagascar, where it lives among the trees. Growing up to 4 feet long, males are brown with yellow markings along their sides, while females are gray with a leaf-shaped snout, making the sexes easy to differentiate. The purpose of their unique head shape remains a mystery, but it may provide camouflage by helping them blend into the leaves while waiting for prey. These snakes primarily feed on tree-dwelling lizards, using their mild venom to subdue their meals. While the venom can cause pain in humans, it doesn't lead to any serious complications. Malagasy leaf-nosed snakes are generally docile around humans, but encounters are becoming rarer as their population declines. Habitat destruction and climate change are the primary threats to their survival, and they are now listed as a threatened species by the IUCN. Without urgent intervention, they may soon face extinction. Number 6. Round Island Boa. Located about 15 miles north of Mauritius, Round Island is the only place where round island boas exist in the wild. This island has been a nature reserve since 1957, a critical designation that has helped save this species from the brink of extinction. In 1996, fewer than 250 mature individuals were believed to remain. Thanks to conservation efforts such as predator removal and the creation of safe habitats, the population has now risen to around 1,000, though concerns remain about the species' long-term survival. These non-venomous boas can grow up to 5 feet in length and prey on geckos and skinks. They possess a unique adaptation not found in any other vertebrate, a split jaw that allows them to open their mouths incredibly wide to capture prey. Typically dark brown with occasional lighter blotches, their scales change color depending on the time of day. By day, they darken for concealment while resting, and by night, they lighten when they are on the hunt. Number 5. Short-nosed sea snake. Short-nosed sea snakes are relatively small, growing to around 24 inches long, and live in the waters off the coast of northwestern Australia. With their small, pointed heads and brown bodies accented by purple bands, they are striking yet elusive creatures. These venomous snakes typically hunt in waters deeper than 33 feet, targeting eels and gobies, but rest in shallower waters, hiding under coral overhangs to evade predators. Though they live in the ocean, these snakes still need to surface for air every 2 hours. To support their aquatic lifestyle, they have evolved a single lung that extends almost the length of their body, and they can absorb oxygen through their skin. Like many other marine animals, the short-nosed sea snakes are feeling the effects of the deteriorating health of Australian reefs. At one point, they were thought to be extinct, as they hadn't been spotted on the reef where they were known to breed for more than 15 years. However, recent sightings elsewhere suggest other breeding populations may still exist, though their numbers remain critically low. Number 4. Aruba Island Rattlesnake. Aruba Island rattlesnakes, found exclusively on the Caribbean island of Aruba, are one of the world's most critically endangered snake species. Growing up to 3 feet long, they are known for their brown and pinkish coloration, which allows them to blend into the dry, rocky terrain of southern Aruba. Their darker brown diamond markings, along with occasional stripes, can make them nearly invisible to the naked eye. As pit vipers, they lie in wait for prey, typically rodents, birds, and lizards, before striking with a venomous bite. Unfortunately, only about 230 individuals are estimated to remain in the wild, as their habitat is rapidly being consumed by human development. While it's illegal to export these snakes, it remains legal to capture or kill them on the island, further endangering the species. Without stronger protection measures, this unique species of rattlesnake may soon face extinction. Number 3. Dragon snake. Dragon snakes, native to Thailand, Myanmar, and Indonesia, are a nocturnal and non-venomous species that primarily feed on frogs. They exhibit an unusual behavior when threatened, stiffening their bodies completely to mimic a branch, even when picked up, a defensive reaction that may explain why they are easily caught by predators and hunters. Unfortunately, dragon snakes fare poorly in captivity, with most dying shortly after being captured. Due to habitat destruction and hunting, dragon snakes are now considered extremely rare. There are no reliable estimates of their remaining population, and no significant conservation efforts are in place, largely because little is known about them. All attempts at breeding them in captivity have failed, and researchers fear that they could become extinct in the near future if immediate action is not taken. However, without stronger legal protection or a focused conservation program, the outlook for the species remains grim. Number 2. Tiger keelback snake. Tiger keelbacks, native to East and Southeast Asia, are unique as the only known species of snake that is both venomous and poisonous. Their venom is delivered through fangs located at the back of their mouths, making successful strikes more challenging than for snakes with front-fanged venom delivery. However, a bite from a tiger keelback can be lethal to humans under the right conditions. They prey mainly on frogs and toads, from which they derive their unusual defensive ability. These snakes store the poison secreted by their toad prey in 2 glands located in their necks, deterring predators that are well aware of the danger. Growing up to 39 inches long, tiger keelbacks can be identified by their olive green scales, adorned with striking orange and black markings. Unfortunately, due to hunting for food and widespread habitat loss, their population has been significantly reduced over the past 50 years, and they are now on the verge of being classified as extremely vulnerable. Number 1. Long-nosed viper. Once widespread across southern Europe, long-nosed vipers have seen a decline in numbers but remain the most dangerous viper on the continent due to their long fangs and highly toxic venom. These vipers can grow up to 38 inches in length and are easily identified by the single brown horn on their heads and their elongated snouts. Males are typically dark brown, gray, or black with a distinctive V-shaped marking on the back of their heads, while females tend to be paler and lack this marking. They thrive in dry, rocky hillsides but are also known to take refuge in construction rubble. Feeding mainly on small mammals and birds, long-nosed vipers are non-aggressive unless provoked. Despite their venom being potentially dangerous to humans, it is human behavior, specifically habitat destruction, that poses the greatest threat to the species. Conservation efforts are underway, and they are now a strictly protected species as part of attempts to help their populations recover. Which of these rare snakes would you be most worried to encounter? Have you ever seen one in person? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. And be sure to check out more amazing videos popping up on your screen right now. See you next time.